Alright, here's 4.0. Multitasking first. Double hit home. Cycle through the apps. If you fire up, say weather, go back to settings, hit up the iPad, if you go to Safari, it'll load whatever it was going to load. If you go away and come back, it'll keep loading. And then there's folders, which you make by holding one app and then dragging on top of another one. It makes productivity. You can name it whatever you want. Hit the home again to close the folder. Drag some more stuff on top if you want. Hit that to open. Then you can even replace one of your dock icons with that. So if I wanted to switch out iPod, stick that in there. That's fine too. If you want to see the unified inbox, here it is. Type all inboxes, get all your junk, go back, see your individual inboxes. That's pretty much like it was before, except you have the unified inbox and you can access your accounts too. Pretty much same as before. You see a threaded folder. Here's threaded. Go back. Looks like you can access the threaded one only from one message. So yeah. The camera has zoom, allow. If you tap somewhere to focus, you can scroll to the right and zoom, scroll left to zoom out. And there's closing apps. I'm going to close iPod. Close iPod. Here's pairing a keyboard. Just find the keyboard to connect. Type in the number combination and then it's connected. And to actually type using that keyboard, it's pretty straightforward. Same as on the iPad. Hello, this is a keyboard. And then you can do stuff like select all, copy, paste a bunch of times, select all, delete. And the folder remains open. So I just checked, they don't have iBooks. If you go to Game Center right now, it'll have nobody. But you can sign in with your iTunes account and it will connect you theoretically, but it's in sandbox mode, so not right now. There are no iAds. I think that's about it. There's not a lot of stuff you can do right now without developer support. So, good times. One thing I forgot to mention was the events and faces and places in the photos. But it's a little crashy. I don't think I have any faces set, but or any events. But it's there if you have them set up in iPhoto. Hey, I'm back with part 2. Alright, first we're gonna change the wallpaper because Steve Jobs made a huge deal about the freaking wallpaper. Passcode Wallpaper, hit set. You can set it as both home or lock screen. I'll set it as home screen because then that'll be impossible to see your icons. I'll set it back to something less ridiculous. I guess I don't have anything ridiculous. Alright. Here we go. Okay, next. There is a new setting for messages where you can show the character count, which is nice. And then you can search messages. Hello. Hello. You can also, under accessibility, which is actually something I wanted on the iPad, which is do large text for calendar, contacts, mail, messages, and notes. On the iPad, the mail text is a little small. I forget which mode it was, portrait or landscape, but I hoped I could resize it, but I couldn't. Now I guess you can in the fall. Then there's the location GPS preferences. That is under location services. You'll be able to show what has accessed your location in the last 24 hours by this little icon there. And it'll show up on the top right if it's currently being accessed. Another new setting is simple passcode lock. You can set it as something fancier than just the 4 letters. You can turn it on, you can type in a whole bunch of crap if you want, or keep it as simple. The calculator icon is also new, which is cool. Search suggestions I think was new. If you do Gizmodo, it'll suggest stuff. Here's making a playlist. Add playlist. Blah. Save. And then add songs. Same way you do one of those on the fly playlists before. Done. It looks like double tap is completely overridden by multitasking. You can't find a setting for changing the double tap options. But in the old phone, you were able to. Under General, and then the Home button, you were able to do double click to blah blah blah. Now this is all you see, search results. And here is rotate photo. If I can figure out how to do it. Here we go, rotate photo. Rotate photo. Well, that's that's rotate photo.